Alright, so I've already cut this end off down there. So now I need this to salvage this piece right here. So I'm going to cut this off so I can reuse this piece, and just want to do this very carefully. I want to keep all my fingers and everything intact. Just going to try to cut a piece down this way. Okay. And then this way I can actually have a good piece to go measure up at the auto parts store. And now, let's see if I can work this thing off. Oops. No rush. Okay. I'm going to set this down and once you pull out one section, it becomes a little bit easier, but really old hose rips relatively easy, except for up under the clamp. There we go. Now if I can get a hold of it. Really good chance I'll edit a lot of this out because not a lot of excitement unless I pinch myself. Get a pair of vice grips. Try something a little bit different here. If I can get a hold of these threads well enough, I might be able to just pull that out from underneath the yeah, not so much luck yet. So after whittling around with this thing for a while, I got a small screwdriver and going down in here and prying up. I can tell it's coming out now. Yep. So there. All right. Excellent. So you got to take the hose out all the way up under this little fitting here. So then that fitting will slip off. And I am now left with the barb that I will reuse when I get the new fuel line. I'm sorry about that. I don't think I was in the camera there. But that's the barb that actually goes onto the fuel rails. It comes out from underneath the car and up in the engine compartment, and then the other side that attaches to the fuel rail just has a barb on it similar to this. And my thought is I'm going to match up some fuel injection line to this guy, get me a couple high quality fuel injection clamps, worm clamps, whatever you want to call them, and see where we go from there. I don't think reusing these guys is an option. I don't know. I'll have to do some research on that. I like to keep it factory, but I want it to be reliable. All right, well, that's it for this for now. I'm going to head up to the store and get some fuel line, and we'll reconvene the video. Thank you. All right, so there's not a real easy way to actually show what I'm going to be doing here. So I'm going to go over a little bit of how to get the fuel line ready for install. So this is the little ring that you're going to find that kind of caps like this, all right, and then this actually just slides up on the barb, and it's held on with friction here. I honestly don't think that I can shove this back on with this little cap. Much better just to use fuel injector hose clamps like this. For this application, it's a 5/16 hose, which translates into 7.9 millimeters, and this hose clamp is a 15 to 17 millimeter hose clamp. It's a little bit big, but I ordered the wrong ones before, so I went a little over. Now, to get this cap off when it's on the barb, not a very easy thing. It just takes a little time. You cut the hose, and then you leave enough to grab, and then you take a small little screwdriver like so, and you go up under, and then you just start prying. And eventually you'll get it back a little bit to where then you can just twist it off the barb. But until then, you'll get practice in your verbs and yeah, a lot of action words. But it does come off eventually. Just be careful, because you know the lines that you're dealing with are many years old. Now, to get this back on, what I'm going to do, so I already put this one on, a little trial and error. I actually put the barb on, shoved it on. I didn't like it. I took it back off. But what I found to be easiest is I heated the hose up a little bit, and then I was able to push it on. I was experimenting with that because this end here is going, and there's no way that, unfortunately, I'm going to be able to show this. But it's up here under the intake manifold, so it's going to be challenging to put it on there, to say the least. But I'm gonna kind of walk through, you know, whatever mistakes that I'm going to make. And make sure that when you do this, if you do it this way, go ahead and put your clamp on before you actually put the barb on, or you have to bend the clamp to actually get it to go on. So I'm going to find a socket here so I don't have to mess with the screwdriver. Got one right here. Okay, let's see. That's enough. And then a long extension. Okay. And there's that. Alright, so we got the ratchet for the hose clamp. Matter of fact, I'm going to tighten this hose clamp down a little bit here so I don't have to worry about it flipping around and getting in my way when I'm trying to push this hose onto the barb. I'm sure if I had some smaller hands, you know, life would be a little bit easier in this application, but yeah. So what I'm going to do, I got a little heat gun here. I'm waiting for it to short out at any moment because the it's got a lot of frays on it. I want to make sure that I got a good light on that, because I'll have to leave this on the ground. So make sure that I'm going to really just warm this up. Can't get it too hot because then you can't touch it. You know what? Before I do this, I see that this end is, it's really hard to tell, but when I try to shove this on there, the back side here is a little bit higher. It's just the way to cut it. I want to trim that down a little bit to make sure that it's as flat as possible, because I don't want to run out of, I want to get good overlap on the barbs. So let me see there. Trim there. There. All right. Looks magical. All right. Disney himself couldn't have done any better. Now I'm going to warm it up a little bit. I'm going to do all my warming here because I don't want to throw this heat gun down by an open fuel line. It may be a different video at that point. Just want to get it a little bit more pliable. Check to see if I've got any long set of needle nose pliers.